Hi, I'm back in India. There's the physical landing, of course, the heavy, fragrant heat, the sense of incense mixed with spice and sunburned concrete, the first rickshaw ride that feels both overwhelming and oddly familiar. But then there's the quieter kind of landing, the one that happens slowly, the realization that these places have lived in my memory for so long, and now I'm walking to them again. It's like visiting a version of myself I hadn't spoken to in years. Odisha isn't just the setting of this story, it's a character. Not loud or showy, but steady, present, and always watching. What comes back first is the food. And not just the taste, but the context. Eating on the floor, surrounded by hundreds of pilgrims, the generosity, the warmth. Meals aren't rushed, they aren't solo, and they're definitely not silent. Faces come back too. Some are new, some exactly as I remembered. There is a comfort in being recognized, not necessarily by name, but by presence. You've grown so much, they say, and I smile because I have, but also not in all the ways they imagine. I may still be the child they once knew, but now I get to see them as adults too. Their joys, their responsibilities, their quiet wisdom they carry. It's mutual recognition in a new light. We drove to the village where my parents lived in the early 90s. I'd heard the stories, seen the photos, even been there as a child, but this time it felt different. I tried to picture my parents living here, not just as the people I now know, but as two young adults building a life, quietly, far from everything they knew. They weren't mom and dad yet, but this place, this chapter, helped shape them into the two people I love most. They've always been grounded, helpful, quietly adaptable in ways I think science should study. Many houses are still made of clay with colorful facades, just like my mom described. Small, sunlit, quiet. The quiet in India is very special. It's not silent, it's grounding. Natural, for lack of a better word. The air moves slowly here. Everything has its space. But my mom says it's changed, and I believe her. The modern world creeps in undisguised. One brick at a time, surely. Observing the lifestyle of villagers is a humbling experience. It's grounded in culture, it makes sense for the life they have. What I don't like about globalization is this push for a one-size-fits-all lifestyle. There's so much richness here, so many ways of being, and so much we can learn. One of the most touching things I witnessed was my parents reconnecting with old friends. No dramatic reunion, no emotional speeches, just gentle laughter, familiar teasing, and a kind of silence that feels full. These friendships have lived through distance, years where they barely spoke, and yet nothing was lost. The cute, ridiculous nicknames, the inside jokes from 35 years ago, it was all still there. Life doesn't stop for anyone, but somehow it works out for everyone. You take your path, they take theirs, and one day you meet again, right on time. It reminded me that relationships don't always need constant upkeep. Friendships don't expire, they breathe. And sometimes they grow even in silence. India is intense. Rich, layered markets bursting with colors and voices, crowded streets that somehow flow. Oddities in the temples, flames, chants, bells, devotion pouring into the air like incenses. People, songs, art, faith, everywhere. It can be overwhelming, but it's not chaos, it's rhythm. And I was part of it, even when I felt small. While I was there, I also got to work on a memorial project, something my parents were involved in too. I helped design a book and 6-foot-long banners with timelines and family trees. They weren't just visual displays, they were a way of telling stories that mattered. People, histories, generations. And it reminded me, this is why I do what I do. Graphic design isn't just about things looking good, it's about making things make sense, helping others see the whole picture. And this time it felt deeply personal, and I'm so grateful for that. India moves like a wave. You don't control it, you just let it carry you. Sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's beautiful, but somehow you keep moving.
We secured the goods, so it was worth it.
This trip wasn't perfect, and that's what made it perfect. There were hard times, heat, fatigue, misunderstandings, the discomfort of not being entirely in control. But I needed that. I needed the reminder that life doesn't bend to our will. It unfolds and we adjust, or we suffer trying not to. Letting go became the biggest lesson, and in the letting go, I found presence again. Toward the end of the trip, I went to a close friend's wedding. It was beautiful, joyful, alive. It was the first time I watched someone so dear to me step into this huge new chapter. And even though everything around her was changing, our connection didn't. That felt special and grounding, and I was just so happy to witness it.
अधूरी सी लगती है रंगों से भरी भी उदासी है तेरे बिना मेरे जहां में कैसी ये खामोशी है चलते चलते
There is no neat way to wrap this up, but I know this trip changed something in me. I feel lighter, freer, and more grounded at the same time. India didn't feel like a place I visited, it felt like a place that visited me.
बस तेरी कमी